And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, September 19th. We've got an NFL game tonight. We've got a college football game tonight. We've got Major League Baseball afternoon and evening. We've got Thursday Champions League. What a great idea. Maybe they were listening. Great to have Champions League on Thursday, and we'll talk about a few other events as well tonight with our action. But WNBA, final night of the season, we'll cover it. Who's in, who's out. And I'm not just talking about the teams. I'm talking about the players tonight. We're going to see some teams resting some players. Several spots have already been locked up. Got one spot wide open with three teams and a couple other teams jockeying for position. We'll get you updated on that, and maybe it factors into the handicap tonight. Want to say hello to everyone in the chat. We'll let everyone file in. Thank you for joining me here on the show, and get ready for the big weekend. It feels like it's already a pretty good day, if you know what I mean. Feels like so far maybe we're going to make some money tonight. So let's get rolling with saying hello to Gerardo here joining us with our soccer coverage as well today. We already know we got 6 games. This is great to have Champions League on a Thursday. We'll preview those games. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network, here on YouTube. Join us here as we grow our channel. Appreciate everyone here, including team member Joe T here. He'll be rolling this weekend with us. Of course, check him out in the community tab here on YouTube for Joe's best information daily. Thank you, Joe. He'll be hopefully monitoring things for me here. Thomas will be out, it looks like, for about an hour. So we'll have to either not have any consensus, or maybe we have someone else round it up for us today. Crystal, hello and good morning. Markel is here. M-Looks is here. This is my most important time of the day. You may find it monotonous, but I love knowing you guys are here with me, especially for feels like a day oneer right here. Curtis Mann joining us today. Philly Eagle Flyers ready to roll. And here's Cliff. Thank you. Yeah, hey, I might be retired here, but hey, thank you, Cliff. I really appreciate you for finding me. We did it kind of sudden. It was all me. I have great respect for those people over there, Cliff. Just know that it was my decision to come here and be with the Sports Money team. So, all right. Fernando didn't like what went on yesterday. I thought yesterday was okay in champion. Well, the scoring wasn't happening, right? Is that what it was yesterday? Where is my Champions League sheet from yesterday? I thought we had some okay results. Well, we'll just get it on today here, if you will, and get back moving with the games here. I got my baseball sheet, but maybe I was mad. All right. And Tom Leach here, he doesn't like the situation here for Arsenal today, but man, Atalanta, they give up so many goals right now too, but Tom's ready to go with a little double chance here. Feels like in this one, maybe that's Atalanta and draw here, I would guess, right? Chad's here today. He says the Dream going to get that last spot. They're in the situation where, the Liberty resting all those players. A big line shift here. Will it be the Dream? Just win that game. Get in there. Here's Dre. Good morning. And let's see what else. Guillermo Zertucci here. Great to have Guillermo here. Tom Lee. You know what, Tom? I guess when you think about some of the things going on right now with Manchester City, I know it's not on the players necessarily, but you can't help but, feel right now that a lot of pressure on Man City about their whole thing with their possible sanctions coming in. So maybe there is going to be some funk here with Man City moving forward. I mean, they've got the stars, but what's going to happen to Man City? Are they really going to get some type of major penalty that could affect their status in the Premier League? We'll see. We'll find out. I mean, they obviously, were bending the rules big time. So bad boys. All right, our Thompson's here as well. Hello to Justin here. Chad's waiting to see if the books are going to be, you know, putting up some player props on the rest of the players who are playing today, right? With pulling players in some of those games today, especially with some of those teams maybe that have clinched positions. Indiana, obviously, they're in a big game with the team that's battling for it with Washington. Obviously, Minnesota, they're locked in. So what are they going to do? Seattle and Phoenix, they're both locked into their position, and they'll both have players out big time. So we'll just try to cover the players in and out. Maybe won't have too many premiums tonight, so we'll have some plays here on the show. Get some from Chad and the chat. All right, I think that's it for the go round. So let me just say that you can get my best plays today over on Winnable. That's how you find my top plays here. I'm hopefully going to give you a bunch of plays, a bunch of winners, but you could subscribe to my premium pick packages and my free packages over there at Winnable. We had a pretty good morning here in tennis here last few hours. We got off to a rocky start, 3 and 4 on the early shift, but then rolled the night shift here with, I think, 5 wins. Maybe it was 6, actually. 4. 4 and 1, though, here at the late card. 5 and 1. 5 and 1. Haley Baptiste just lost. So we did lose one there, but kind of got it rolling there a little bit. And our Asian baseball was, I think it was subpar after a few decent runs. So, okay, head on over to Winnable. Check me out over there. You can get my premium picks. Very inexpensive. Just want you to subscribe to my picks, to my content. My additional content is really what it is. And here, I think for me, it's going to be free plays as well with some of the leagues today. We might have some packages over there with some free content. So check me out over at Winnable. There you see me over there, and you can get my channel. You just scroll down there a little bit. You can get this on your phone too. It's browser based. Subscribe to my plays. You get all my top plays for just $3.45, or get a monthly pass here for just $20 pretty much. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. And you can also subscribe here for $0, where you get a bunch of plays. You probably get more plays right now with the free picks. That's what I've kind of given out the non-major sports, if you will. A lot of tennis here, overnight baseball, some other soccer leagues as well. So you can get content from me here, and it supports me on the channel. You can see how it works. Just read all about it and see. You can subscribe and put on notifications to get plays sent directly to your phone in a timely fashion. I mean, I'm trying to hit it as close I can, but give enough time to get the plays in, but get the best information in as well. So that's part of my package over here at Winnable. There you see some of the tennis we had late with some winners there. Uchiyama laying 2.5 games. Gomez plus the games over Muller. Bonini, he was upset when he lost, but he didn't bet on himself plus 4.5 games. He lost by 4 games. So Bonini with the win. Bellucci beat Karatsev, and Shramkova over. Well, I think Shramkova, I think that match still might be in play. I'm trying to. Yeah, that match, I think it got suspended, but Shramkova in the lead there. So let's not count the chickens there. Okay, thank you for listening to that. Use that promo code to save 20%. All right. Thanks for checking that out. We're going to go into some action here, but let me just say hello to a few more folks and see who else. Jermaine came in last night. Jeff said, look, I was watching it live, of course, when they were prepping the locker room and the Brewers went in there. And you know what I like nowadays? I guess some teams did it last year as well, but maybe I just missed the celebrations. Maybe when my team's not going to celebrate, they might at least celebrate getting in the playoffs. But, they got the LED lights in there like the kids, the pink, the blue. They were flashing the lights in the locker room, drinking those beers and champagne, except for the one player who's 20. What was his? Who's that young player on the Brewers? They got him a stroller with a bunch of non-alcoholic drinks in there. That was funny. But Brewers clinch. Yankees are in the playoffs as well. And, that should be a factor in heading in. again, there's still some maneuvering to go. Philly Eagle Flyers ready to go in Champions League. He says he's got Madrid, he's got Leipzig, first half draw in that game. To Lando and Tom Leach also with Bonini. He was mad, though, at the end there. All right, let's get ready for the morning steam. There's been plenty of moves here. It feels like we're going to have a long show. Not a full card of baseball, but we're going to try to touch on everything here, at least keep you abreast as to what's going on today in sports and sports betting. And that's what we do here on the morning steam. Yeah, we want to give you winners, but I feel like I come on here, try to give you the latest line, let you know how everything's moving and things like that. So how about Woj? Talk about your Woj bomb there yesterday, huh? Leaving covering the NBA. Look, we know we got it covered with Shams here. They were always competing a little bit, but what a interesting career change to go take over basically take over the St. Bonaventure basketball program from the front office. We know that it's a job now that they have someone kind of overlook the whole situation. I don't know if it's really above the head coach necessarily, a general manager, you'd think so, but what a bizarre story that was, but good for him. I'll tell you what, I love coming in here with you guys, but that sounds like a pretty nice opportunity, especially someone who didn't want to work, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, basically, is what I guess what it kind of came down to. So that was a bit of a stunner yesterday with that. All right, and final. Also, we'll get ready for our NFL game here. Let's get ready to pop it up on the screen and get rolling here. A good day of baseball action for Team Steam. I know that. We'll cover it when we get there. Let's get into some of the picks here with you guys. Gerardo also struggled in Champions League there. I thought we did okay. I know I had – where is my champions? I got to know now, actually. Bad record keeping. What's going on here? All right, there we go. We did have, let's see, we had premium pick winners with Celtic. I had a premium pick winner with Dortmund as well. And I think that was it, though. We had a loss. Oh, we did have PSG there. Just 2-1. I guess we just had 3. Oh, and a push with Salzburg total. So I went to 2-1-1 with my premiums there. So let's get it today in Champions League, though. And let's see here. You guys almost want to start with Champions League. All right, a few more comments. We'll get rolling here. Joe T talking about a winner with the Brewer. I've had futures on every division winner except I had the Orioles over the Yankees. I parlayed them all together as well, so I'm going to hit 5 of 6. But I had the Orioles over the Yankees this season. But interesting to hit those division winners. Some of them we may have even said back on the show months ago, right? Maybe some of them were placed during the season, but right into the first month or so. And Jeff says, why everybody's leaving ESPN, I guess, here. Thank you, AOD in there. Thank you, Luis, for everything. Your support is much appreciated. And Jerry may be worried here about Milwaukee and a quick turnaround here. And I think Chad's saying maybe lack of defense here today in the WNBA. But also, I don't know, when you have less talented offensive players in that league, I am a little worried. But I will say this. Right now, there is steam coming in on a game at this point right now. Los Angeles Sparks, Minnesota Lynx. This one is headed higher. Right now, it was 157.5, but we're seeing 158. 158.5 here to the over. And this one too, right? Is this one we're going to see? LA's no good anyways. So what's it really going to matter? We know Collier is going to be out for this game. I don't know. I'm not going to sweat it right now. We'll get to it. But Sparks and Lynx, steam coming in right now on the over in that WNBA game. How about that? Well, you guys were just talking about it. was 156, I think, at one point. Now we're seeing it much, much higher. All right. A few more comments and we'll get rolling here. We already got 60 of you in. I think we can go here and get the show started. And my MLS was pretty good last. I think we sent that out on the free service last night. My MLS came through, I thought, pretty strong. I wish I would have played a few more games in there, actually. Just getting back rolling here, but we ended up with a 4-2 record yesterday with our selections on the free Winnable program. You could just sign up for free there at Winnable, and the QR code in the corner get you these plays. But we had winners yesterday with Philly and NYC over. We had Cincinnati FC. We had Colorado and KC over. We also had Real Salt Lake minus half a goal. Did take it on the chin with San Jose, Seattle under, and we also had the over in Columbus and Toronto. But man, I wish I would have played some of the other. I mean, the bets I made were good. Wish we would have gave them out, but didn't want to just back into action. We might roll with a little stronger even here. That's how we do it. I do some high volume. So, all right, here we go. Good morning to Joe Alvarado as well. And Tom had given an explanation here on the games tonight. Thank you to Fernando. Thank you to Chad as well. Jeff said they were drinking the beers there in the clubhouse. All right, we haven't covered anything yet, Jermaine. I'm ready to go, though. Thomas is here. He made it, I think. Oh, he's listening. He probably, hey, don't be driving and riding and typing unless you can, Thomas. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, look at Jeff said the cappers are kind of giving out unders out here a little bit. So my fine line here is, yes, I do believe that the defense certainly will be lax. Maybe it will be more lax in those games like, I don't know, Seattle, Phoenix, where both teams have their situations wrapped up, but you're also missing some top players from the games, right? And Copper and Lloyd probably questionable as well. So sometimes when you have these other players come in, it's not as good. Not saying that it wouldn't be, but I don't know if it's quite like the NBA. Okay. Patriots for Tom here. We're ready to go. Let me just get to the NFL. Why wait? Let's go. Patriots and Jets. Woo! Hey, this will be fun tonight. Not like your old typical Patriots and Jets, with the Patriots just stuffing the Jets and beating them again. Yeah, it hasn't been that way in the last couple of years with the Patriots being down, but the Jets weren't any good either. So finally, people are kind of a little bit excited for this one. And why not with Rodgers getting a game at home here against give him a credit here for being improved right now. The Patriots are just basically an overtime score away from being undefeated. So give the Patriots credit here as well coming into this one. We'll get your guys' comments in the chat here, maybe cover a few trends here with the game and what we see with these guys currently coming in. But I don't know. We know we got Rodgers here. This is a pretty big number for a game that says 38.5 right there. What's it going to be? Is it going to really be what? 21-17. 21-17 is a cover. 21-14, that's an under. 24-17, that's an over. So how's it going to go? Where is it going to end up here with the Patriots and the Jets? The Patriots have been running the ball pretty terrific so far. When you're averaging over 175 yards a game, and yeah, just 2 games, and they're stuffing the run big time. And the Jets are going to need some running. Can they get it out of this crew? You hear a lot of people talking Breece Hall, but is it really going to be Breece Hall running the ball, or is it going to be Breece Hall catching the ball more a little bit? I hear a lot of people talking about Breece Hall's receiving yards in the matchup, maybe more so than his rushing yards. And I think the Jets have to find a way to run the ball, but I'd be very, very concerned against New England right now. They've got to have a top 5 rushing defense, it feels like at this point. So how can the Patriots really get off here and get a big, big score in a series that, well, let's face it, this is a total under series of late. last, I don't know, more than that. It feels like, I think I have the numbers here, but last 4 meetings, all under with an average of 24.3 points. Yes, we have Aaron Rodgers, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt. There won't be 24 points, I guess, scored in this game, but will there be 41 points scored in this game? In a game where we're in Thursday night football here, Patriots only have staunch defense. They probably don't score too much coming into this one. These Thursday games, these short rest games, certainly right now, always seem to go under. How about this? The last 17 games with a Thursday night total of 40 or less are 2-15 to the under so far. That's a sports money special right there for sure. It wasn't taken from Mike's stash there, but certainly a pretty big trend there to the under coming into this one. And also these East games for sure, always going under, it feels like. So I don't think they're going to get close to this one, but I'm going to take the Patriots here as my play on the show. I don't think the Jets, against this type of Patriot defense, this is going to be a total battle of attrition. Rodgers really hasn't been able to get off too well yet. We know that he's got some issues here, certainly, with his mobility and all that. I think that is obvious here at this point. So Jets here did go over in both of their games so far, but they were held to basically 265 yards in both of those first 2 games. So, yeah, they got spanked around there by the 49ers running game on that opening night. But I would just have to think that the Jets will have a pretty good time defensively here against the Patriots as well. But I got the Patriots to hang in there. I worry about the Jets' run defense, actually. I'd probably be hitting the props on Ramondre Stevenson as my top guy, maybe in this whole game, quite frankly, here today. And, I'm going to be on some kicker props, but maybe only for Sly here. Greg the Leg, he is strong, but let's just see how the Jets have to play this one, really. I have big-time question marks up and down with this offense here tonight. I've got the Patriots covering this one, staying within a touchdown here for sure. Look, the Jets have great secondary. I get all that, but I'm just hoping that they can loosen it up with Stevenson here, and maybe, I don't prefer any of the Patriots receivers. I know that, not against this pass defense, but if I've got a low scoring game here, which I think I do, I think I'm going to want to take the points here in this one. Maybe they'll win it, 20-10 or something, and the Jets will get the money. All right, go ahead and give me your plays here in this one. My play is going to be right here on the Patriots here on the show. And it started with Tom telling me to take the Patriots. Also, here's our Tom's Patriots team total under. Jerry will lay it here, and he'll tease it. He'll go money line and under 44. Tom Leach says Patriots, and there it is, Patriots and under. Going to tease it here, it looks like, tease it here a little bit. 4-point teaser, so 4 or 5 points. Doubles, hello. Thank you for joining us today. Great to see you, Doubles. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Justin's got a interception for Rodgers in this one. Super true story here today going on the under. Tom says Jets can't stop the run. Yeah, I'm on Ramondre. If I had to get some props going, and maybe I will, Ramondre is going to be at the center of attention for me for sure here in this one. I don't know if I have anything on the Jets other than maybe some props with their defense. I think they can probably make some numbers here. I know a lot of people don't play defensive props, but that's where I would kind of look. I think the price is pretty decent for some of the Jets defensive props, what I looked at. So, all right. And then Joey Sly, too. I'm on Joey Sly a little bit. I got to keep taking these field goal kickers right now. What are they? 35 of 39 from 50 yards or more. And you know who has 2 of the misses? Justin Tucker here. So basically everybody but Tucker makes 50-yard field goals at this point, with the offenses are totally stalling here at this point in the red zone. They're turning it over. They're not throwing touchdown passes at all. There's only been like, oh gosh, do we have the numbers here on I think I saw the numbers here on this. Touchdown passes are down big time through the first 2 weeks. It was just 5 years ago in the first 2 weeks of the season, 105 touchdown passes. In 2020, 110 touchdown passes. In 2021, 110. In 2022, 105 over the first 2 weeks. In 2023, 86 touchdown passes in the first 2 weeks of the season. This year, just 69 touchdown passes. Teams opting for long field goals rather than going for it, and they're nailing them. It's going to get cold. Look, we're almost about to hit the solstice here in a couple days. I think today's the sun setting there in the north is early. It just keeps getting earlier here, so the weather's going to change. The field goals aren't going to come. We're all going to be laughing here come November, December, that no one can make the field goals. But at this point, they are making them, no doubt. And only 69 touchdowns. Wow. All right. Thomas will tease the Patriots. Thomas is also maybe going under with me. Jets have played Jets have played very tough run defenses, and he thinks that Hall here is live tonight with his props. I'm not going to be on. I can't do it, Jerry, against this Patriots defense right now. I'm giving the Patriots a big chance here in this game. And here's Lazard and ATD. Chad's with me here with the Patriots. And let's see here. Also, Tom says, give me the Rodgers passing yards under, maybe here. A-Rod under for Jermaine. All right. And let's see here. A couple more, maybe. Jeff says Patriots team total under. And Darren going under in the full game. Thanks, you guys, for everything. Look at this. I think Thomas is saying it's going to be the Patriots here, a consensus play. Did I talk you guys into it? Because I'm pretty sure that, handicappers right now, I'm showing them just slightly here on the Jets, probably about 60%, maybe even less. Maybe it's 58, 57%. Here on the Jets. I'm talking about paid handicappers from around the industry, but I'm showing the public 2/3 of the tickets here on the Jets in this one, and the total split kind of right down the middle. It depends where you look. I mean, look, you can find splits all around. Ticket count, I don't think I've ever made too much of it here on this channel. I did on the because people talk about ticket counts and sharp action, and I do it more than anybody, but I really only pay attention to ticket counts for the most part. One man's pittance is another man's fortune. No one's out there punching up 50 bets at, $100. Well, they might be, but still, whatever their limits are, still to me, the ticket, that's why the ticket count means the most important to me. There's a little baseball steam I'll pass along to you right now. Boston and Tampa Bay is taking steam here to the over. They're going over here 8. It looks like with Belo and Zach Littell here, and it was, I think, as low as 7.5. So we're seeing some pressure here with the Boston-Tampa Bay game over here right now. And mostly 8 overs, though, here for the most part, but definitely moving over. There were some 7.5s out there right now. And I don't know, with that decent Tampa Bay bullpen, we'll cover it. Let me keep on the game here. Old E, thank you for always shouting me out. Thank you for being here, Old E, part of Team Steam. Perky, hello. Thank you as well for stopping by. And yep, the energy, I'm not saying it's fake, but I'm not sitting here talking 100 miles a minute by myself. I wait till I get you guys here, and then I just say what I think, say what I mean, and that's why I came over to Sports Money, so I could do just that. And if anything, I just turn it on at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, it feels like. All right, Cliff. Cliff's going to go here with a little teaser. Philly Eagle Flyer going to tease it. Want to say hello and welcome to Troy Torrance today. We'll see. Maybe Troy can give us his props again. He's so sharp on these, and I'm just tight right now as far as what I'm doing here at this hour. But again, for me, it's all about Ramondre here so far. I'm pretty much fading all the offenses in the game. I guess, if anything, with the Jets, I agree with a lot of people right now. I think Wilson probably the only thing that I'd be really willing to consider. I also maybe could go down to Mike Williams here after he did get on the board last game with a reception. Just want to see his prices. He better have a better performance here right now, but maybe I'd look there, and maybe to Conklin as well. But again, remember that first game? I think we were on the fade trade of Conklin in that game against the Niners. So, and for the Patriots, I'm off pretty much everybody except Ramondre. I think also, though, I can also consider Gibson here. Also in the backfield. I think both backs could have a nice tandem here and get their numbers against the Jets here. And maybe if I had to look elsewhere on the Patriots for an over, it'd probably be Hunter Henry and maybe a little bit of sprinkle somewhere on Austin Hooper as well. Both tight ends, I think, have to be involved here because the wide receiver situation. Look, I'm a big KJ Osborne fan, but we need to see more here certainly right now from him, from Demario Douglas as well. So, okay. Thank you, Troy. Got me talking about some of the players here that I'm looking at. And Thomas is driving us home. We're on the drive home here. Let's see who else we got here with a couple more plays, and then I'm ready to move on, I think. But you guys are serious here with your plays, and I think I'm done. You guys are having a nice conversation. All right. I think that's it from the game tonight with the Patriots and the Jets. My play on the show here is on the Patriots, and yeah, you probably figured out what I'm on over there with my premium plays over at Winnable, but I'll have more action as well. And just to be sure, why not pick up my package here? Why not grab the weekly package here, ride with me through the weekend, because I'm going to be heavy this weekend. If you want my plays, yeah, we're going to go over every game on Saturday, hopefully have a play for you, but my best plays are going to be on the Winnable package. And with a typical Saturday card, I'm going to be up there with more than a dozen plays for sure. So you might be willing to play your own plays, but just have my information at your fingertips. It's really just less than $10 and get the plays for a week, but you'll get my plays all weekend. College football, NFL, try to get you some smaller FCS stuff as well. There, probably send that out on the free package, so subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for that with the NFL. All right. Well, there's a college football game tonight, and here we go with South Alabama taking on App State. And let's see here, App State, 7.5-point favorite, coming off the monster performance, of course. And that's got to be the lead to this game, certainly coming in. The monster performance against Northwestern State, 87-10, becoming the first team in over 30 years, 35 years, really, to score over 81 points. I think was the last one that we had when Fresno State beat New Mexico, I think it was, in a Mountain Whack. I think it was a Whack back. It was probably a Whack game back then. So how will it go here with Appalachian State? They're a bully. We know that. They like to beat teams up here, certainly. And, well, sometimes when you score 87 points, it's easy to think that, well, maybe they're going to be a little bit overrated next game. That's not necessarily the case. In fact, the last dialing it back here, amazing that there's this many of the games, but again, maybe they're playing those FCSs, and maybe you're having, remember Alabama, sometimes these teams roll 70s here, they just don't get to 80, but teams scoring 70 or more points over the last 6 years are 37-22 against the spread next time out. That's a pretty strong percentage. And, well, those teams are, cruising on offense. They probably beat up some schlep like Northwestern State, but that's pretty good record to come back, especially a team like Appalachian State that, well, they've had some success beating some teams up. Look what they did to Monroe. Look what they did to Southern Miss last year. So this being a conference game, I might have some worry here, it feels like, for South Alabama. But go ahead and put your plays here in the chat. I'm going to probably just give out the under, but I think I gave my clues there into what I think is going to happen here. I think South Alabama will be the one to kind of maybe that ends up making it short here. Cappers are pretty much high on the over for sure. Here I'm showing about 72% of cappers running clear here with South Alabama, but with the over. But it's right down the middle. Really, it feels like with the spread from cappers. But now that it's up to 65, in fact, it might even be. Oh, man, it's all the way back down. Oh, pardon me, 62.5. I typed this in a little while ago. So let me mark it correctly here. And I'll go with the under here for sure as my pick on the show at 62.5. Spread's definitely 7.5 here right now. So my play will be on the under. No, we're not getting the best of it, that's for sure. But we're here on the show. We got to wait for it. And maybe we'll start sending plays out early in the week here. I'm already on about a dozen plays I gave out on the show the other night in college football. But you guys subscribing, I think I owe that to you. So we'll see if we can't tune that up a little bit, maybe get some better, so we get those good lines here out. I just don't want you to be left hanging with a bad line because, well, I might be Captain CLV, but isn't everybody? All right. If you guys want to comment on this one with South Alabama and App State, I think I've made my point clear here as to what I think should probably happen in this one. You got to think Appalachian State's going to have a pretty strong year in the Sun Belt right now. So here we go. Anybody in the chat want to play college football tonight with North Ender? Hello, thank you. Welcome. Okay, Tom said he laid it with App State already. Darren laid it with App State. Jeff does like the over here in this one. Hard to disagree, with the way that App State really put it up there, but that was against a really bad team, obviously. And I'm aware of the situation here. I think perfectly clear. I still feel like App State's going to be real strong. And Thomas says he does like the over as well. So I guess I'm maybe against you guys here as far as the total's concerned. Darren's with me here on the under. And I'm showing 62.5. I thought I had, certainly I'm going to report at least a few 65s out there. Let me see if I can see where they were at. This is when I had the stuff in here. Bovada had a 64 up there as late as, I'm going to say, 20 hours ago, maybe. And Bet Rivers had a 63. Oh, here's Parks had a 64.5 a couple of days ago, as did Sports Interaction out of Canada. But I'm going to go under here. It feels like you guys are going over. You guys are getting the best of the price, those overs for sure. And I don't think that's going to sway me. Here, Tom Leach, he's got participation trophies for his CLV. And yeah, Jerry, I think if it wasn't for that big performance, they might actually be under a touchdown here in this one, actually. So I don't think there's a little bit of a penalty here, it feels like right now. Okay, I think you guys are done with it. And I'm going to take the under here with South Alabama and App State. All right, that's it for the football games tonight. We'll have more football, of course, tomorrow with college football action, 3 games, including Stanford and Syracuse, Illinois, and Nebraska. Just let you know right now, I'm in the minority here. I told the viewers a couple of nights ago on Monday night I had already moved on this game, and maybe I'm going to be in the minority here. I do feel like the public sentiment is kind of coming in on Illinois here, but man, it's going to be raucous there in Lincoln. And look, I'm a big Nebraska honk, and I feel like I know when to lay off this team right now, and I respect what Illinois is doing. I did give out Nebraska on the air the other night. I think there's going to be some popular sentiment here for Illinois. in this one. And then the other games, Stanford and Syracuse in an ACC game, and San Jose State and Washington State. We'll preview those tomorrow. All right. Going to go to Major League Baseball now. We got a nice crowd in here today. Hello to Truth Teller. Let's go to baseball. We've got a day card here. We'll have premiums here a little bit, and we'll also have some plays here on the show. Started off with the Giants taking on the O's here with Webb here going up against Eflin in this one. Let me get the numbers out. Take a look here what we're doing. I was all hyped up about football. All right. So we know Baltimore, they crushed me there, crushed my little parlay of all the division winners. They've dropped 9 of their last 12 here as they faded down the stretch and going to end up in a wild card position as the Yankees will end up getting the division title. But San Francisco, they've lost 11 of their last 14 games here as an underdog in this one. Yeah, you got Webb here, but Eflin's pretty okay as well. In fact, I mean, he's a profitable pitcher of barely, but Webb hasn't exactly been awesome this season here. Maybe he's one of those that you think with the home and road splits, it feels like, right? So, all right. See what you guys have here with this one. With Giants and the O's. Go ahead in the chat. Handicappers pretty heavy on the Orioles here at $1. I think it's gone down here, $1.40. $1.40 pretty much at a lot of places right now. Almost across the board. The square books are maybe up there a little bit with $1.45. Let's see what the plays are in this one. And our Tom, thank you, Jerry, for breaking it down a little bit further there. Appreciate that. Our Tom's here with the O's in this one. And Tom Leach says Giants and under. Tom's worried about the Orioles offense here, it feels like, but I'm still going to probably grab them here at least for a free play. Look at this. Conforto, big numbers here against Eflin. And Fernando leaning to the Giants. Perky's going to take the O's money line. I'm going to be with Perky. So's Baltimore. So's Thomas. So's Thomas. He's on the O's. Luis is on the O's. And Jeff likes Baltimore today as well. And I agree. Look, I'm all about it. Baltimore's struggling, no doubt. Looks really bad right now as far as this offense in a funk, this team in a funk here. But Giants are done. I'm not real happy with. I am Tom. I'm going to lay it here on the show anyway with my play in this one. I'm taking the Orioles. Giants aren't doing anything. Where they're toast. As well. They're going to finish under 500, it looks like. So, all right. And let's see here. Fernando, where do I get Fernando? I can subscribe to Fernando's plays somewhere. I would probably do that. All right. I would do it for the soccer, but then I would probably be like, I like Fernando's plays. All right, that's it for that one. Let's move on with the Braves here, taking on the Reds with Chris Sale on the mound here against Aguilar, who's been pretty okay here so far with the Reds. We know, let's see here. Yesterday, what did we end up doing? We had the consensus winner here in this one yesterday with the under. Nice job, you guys, with that one. I think we had that one under, right? It did go under, right? I liked it under. Consensus liked it under. So let's get into it here with the Braves taking on the Reds. Let's see here. We got. Oh gosh, I closed the wrong tab. We're just gonna go with my play. I'm a mess here today with the with the ERAs. I think I just closed the wrong tab with the number. Totally unscripted here, you guys, but we know what Chris Sale brings to the table here. I don't know if I'm going to trust him even as a $2 favorite right now, the way the Braves are going right now. It feels like Cincinnati is able to stay in there with the Braves in some of these games. They've covered the run line in 4 of the last 5 games here in this one. We know the Braves massive unders here of late, but man, $2. I don't know if I can do it here, even with Sale at this point. We know Atlanta, big time pressure right now in the standings at this point, but they now trail the Mets by 2 games here as it just starts to slip away for Atlanta. Hard to believe they won't be making the postseason here the way it's going. Reds, they can play spoiler here. They're eliminated and all. I'm probably just grab them here on the run line. I'll take the Reds. I'm down on the Braves situation, even with Sale. He'd probably go out there and dominate, but I'm not going to lay $2 right now with Chris Sale. And this Braves team, I kind of feel like you guys do, maybe about the O's a little bit. All right, let's see here what we got. Maybe Fernando's on the under in this one. I don't think it was the last one. Is that in total's too low? Justin likes the Braves team total over. And let's see, Fernando here. Oh, do I have the right line up there on that one with Atlanta and Cincinnati? Oh yeah, for sure. Woo-wee! It's up to 9 at some spots. Oh my gosh. Is that right? With a game with Sale in it. I know we're in Cincinnati, so I guess I understand. Here's our Tom's Braves run line. Luis is on the Braves run line. Truth Teller going to go under here. Here's Braves first 5 for Jeff. And Truth Teller says Sale just going to shut him down. Tom's with me here. Take the Reds on the run line. And Thomas is on Atlanta run line. A lot of support there for Atlanta. Truth Teller is on the under here now that it's up to 9. It definitely is. I'm showing Bet Online right now, 9 under 22. So I'll just take the Reds here on the run line, kind of going against the chat I am. What, I talk like Cat in the Hat? All right. You guys are mostly on the Braves, though. I don't know if it got enough to be consensus there because well, maybe it did. Okay, here we go. And take a look next with the Twins here on the road. We're in the day games here, going up against the Guardians. You got Woods Richardson going up against Cantillo in this one. Cantillo going to be a favorite here at $1.25. Handicapper's pretty heavy today, it feels like, on the Guardians here. From what I can tell so far, man, it could be as much as, I don't know, over 80% right now from what I've seen so far in this one. Look, yeah, the Guardians up 10 units this season. The Twins are down 10 units this season. The Guardians, we know they're in the postseason. We know they're going to, finish here strong, finish on top. But as far as the Twins are concerned, they are still fighting here for that 3rd spot. Right now, they are just a half a game ahead of Detroit currently. So these are crucial games here in this one. Yeah, Cleveland's got some concerns here too. They can still play themselves up into position. They trail the Yankees here by a game and a half currently for the best record in the American League. So they do have their own level of motivation here, although Minnesota is a much more desperate team to hang on here and get that wild card spot right now by a half a game over the Detroit Tigers. All right, let's see what you got here in this one with these two teams. Cleveland has won 10 of the last 13 games between these two teams overall. Cleveland's gone under in 9 of their last 12 games as a favorite. Go ahead and give me your plays in the chat, and I'll make a play here. Here we go. With our Thompson's going to be on the Guardians here. Justin's got Naylor in a prop. Luis is on Cleveland as well. Thomas is on Cleveland here. I feel like I want to take Cleveland here as well with Kent. I think I might prefer if I were doing. I don't give out any first fives. We might change it up here in the postseason or something, but or maybe even in the future. But I would think here a close game, maybe first five that gets determined later on in the bullpen, possibly in this one. Cantillo's been pretty okay so far. We saw him obviously almost throw a no-hitter. Fernando's on the Twins, though. Justin's on the Guardians. And Perky's going to parlay it up with the O's. Lando's going over. Tom Leach is on the Guardians. Truth Teller on the Twins here, though. Darren on the under. Jeff on Cleveland. Darren on Cleveland. I'll take Cleveland as well as my play here on the morning steam. And I don't know here. Number one consensus play by the Teamsters, and they made a little news last night. I don't know where the Teamsters. We might be, we might not be. I feel like we're pretty diverse here in the chat. We don't talk politics, but I know what he meant. The Team Steamers here in this one. And Cleveland to get the sweep here, says Tom. All right. Here we go. Next up. Going to keep this show moving. We got a lot of sports action to cover here. Blue Jays and Kevin Gausman going up against Kumar Rocker and the Rangers here in this one. Rocker looked as advertised in his first game for the Rangers, so I'll probably want to come back on Rocker again. I want to be a part of this if he's going to look pretty good here to start the season going up against the Blue Jays team. I would think that maybe Gausman, maybe these guys will engage here in a little bit of pitchers duel. Total's gone under in 8 of the last 11 Blue Jays games on the road. This series is a dead over. 9 of the last 10 meetings have gone over between these two teams right now coming into this one. But those games didn't have Kumar Rocker here in this one, it feels like. See what you guys have coming in here in this one with Gausman and Rocker. Rocker gave up a couple of runs there in that first game. Maybe it was 3 runs. Was it 3 runs in the game? But nonetheless, he was mowing them down. He's striking out. He's going to be a guy that's going to be up there, probably well over 10% strikeout rate. For Gausman, he's got a 4.02 ERA so far. He's gone over in 20 of his 29 decisions here, but I'm going to think these guys can go a little bit deeper here, maybe keep the bullpens out of it and see what you guys have here. But I'm already on Texas, gang. I know that with Rocker here in this one. Might be kind of square and everything, but look, we were on him in that first game, and he came through. Luis is on the Jays though here. R. Thompson's on the Jays, and Tom Leach is hanging out at the Meadowlands apparently. And and Philly Eagle Flyer, great to have you here as well representing. All right, here's Jeff. Toronto money line. Fernando maybe going over here. Tom is on the Rangers. And hello to Irish King today, talking about a previous game. But you're right, Jerry. Maybe it was 1 run. And did he go 5? Did he go 5? I think he went 5. Hello to Subhuman here. Going to get ready. Hopefully get through this baseball, get some soccer plays here from Subhuman. We already covered a little bit of soccer in the beginning. And I went 2-1-1 Subhuman, but every sin we lost, had a bad day. So, yeah, you know what? I wouldn't say that I certainly bet all those games that we were talking about, not just Bologna, but and I know we were on Dortmund and all that, but we were talking about some other teams in there as well, and maybe I bet on those. I just didn't give them out. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. Tariq, hello. And Darren says, give me the Rangers in the first 5. I'm taking the Rangers here in this one. All right, next up. Yankees and Mariners will move to a day game here on Getaway Day with Schmidt going up. Clark Schmidt, man, talk about money this year. Schmidt's been our guy when he's been in there. It feels like so far 2.41 ERA. Another one. These Yankee pitchers just pretty good here. I've got to think today might be the day for the Yankees to get one here like that first one that we saw. I don't know. Gilbert here, 3.24 ERA, certainly been very, very solid. He's gone under in 19 of 30 starts this season. Schmidt's gone under in 8 of 12 totals with one push, but the Yankees are 10-3 with Schmidt on the mound. Meanwhile, the Mariners just 13-17 with Gilbert on the mound. He ends up in a lot of tough games like this. Gilbert's got a .88 whip in 30 starts, man. That is really, really solid. The widely reported steam came in on the under. I'm showing 2 out of every 3 handicappers here also favoring the under, and why not? I have it 7 over 25 there, and I'm sure it's still, pretty much 7 over 25 in this one. I don't know. I just feel like the Yankees might score some runs here in the day game, but Gilbert doesn't strike anybody out, really. I might have a problem with that. All right, let's see what you guys have anything in the chat here. And we'll see with Luis here on the Yankees. Tariq is on the Yankees. Our Tom is on the Yankees. I don't know if Thomas is still dry. He already gave us some consensus out there, I think. So it does feel like the Yankees there. We had 4 straight. I was going to go premium here with the Yankees, but I'll throw my hat in the ring and go with the Yankees here. You guys are all over the Yankees. I want them today with Schmidt. Schmidt's been money, it feels like here. And Darren says, give me the first 5 under in this one. And Jeff as well. First 5, money line for the Yankees. All right. And now the Dodgers here on the road against the Marlins. And Edward Cabrera here in this one. We know we had the over yesterday. Yeah, consensus was on the Marlins. Dodgers beat them up. I get that. But I had the over as a premium pick here in that matchup. And, you look at Flaherty here, and I got to wonder what the Dodgers are going to do now that we saw Gavin Stone is out for the season. He might not have been fitting into the pitching plans, but again, where are the Dodgers going to get their starters? Tyler Glasnow, he's on the injured list now. So who's going to end up starting for the Dodgers? Jack Flaherty, I would think right now, going to be part of the postseason pitching plans for the Dodgers in I would guess a 3-man rotation. You hope you can get Kershaw back in there right now. So let's take a look, though. Dodgers here, a $2 favorite. Going to be a bit tough to probably even swallow here with the Dodgers, I guess. But, well, they're still the Dodgers. They can beat them up, I guess, at any time. Miami just, let's see here. Miami's gone over in 19 of their last 25 games right now at home. The Dodgers have gone over in 10 of their last 12 games on the road with these two teams. So probably do it again, I would guess, even with these guys on the mound right now. I don't want to necessarily lay this price with the Dodgers. I don't even want to lay a run line. Let's see what you guys have. Justin says, take the Dodgers team total over. Fernando says, you just keep taking the, over here. If you know, you know. What's that commercial says? How do I know? What did the guy say to his wife? I don't know. All right, Cabrera, he shut the Dodgers down last outing. Tom Leach is going over. Jerry says, though, just too much. It is a day game here. Maybe that could change things as well. And Truth Teller is about ready to go with some esports. One area I've not, they say I play a lot of sports. I just haven't gotten there on any of the esports. Maybe that just shows my age a little bit. I think it is a little bit different here in some of those. Look, when you can put, 17,000 kids in an arena, there's something to that. I know that. But I am surprised we don't see more. And I know it's on some channels, but you'd think we'd see it more on TV. Okay, here we go. Justin's trying to make trades. R. Thompson's on the over, but Luis is on the under. Jeff first 5 under. And how about it, man? What can you say about Ohtani, huh? And look, I don't know. Anybody remember back on the show I made back on the other? I think it was on the other channel just before we start. And I said, well, wouldn't it be interesting? We talk about Ohtani, right? And I said, has anybody considered? I'm sure they have, but I mean, I said it on the. I was like, we could see Ohtani in a relief role, and well, we could. Ben talk. Maybe he could somehow make it out there this season, but. I don't know. Maybe he's going with some holistic approach. I don't know. Maybe he's got some. Could there be some I don't know what they're doing, but they're talking about maybe throwing him some innings out there. I would imagine at the key time of the postseason, the crucial time of the postseason. I would guess if it was going to try. It seems implausible actually, considering the type of injury that he has. But again, that type of injury. He's been resting it. He hasn't really been throwing, right? So maybe he is sturdy enough to go out there and throw one inning at a time. All right, let's see what we got here. A few more. Maybe a sneaky under, says Tariq. You guys are all over the Ohtani. I just couldn't imagine that those prices on the Ohtani props are worth it. But, hey, if he hits it, he gets it done. Mug Dog's here today. Truth teller, that's he's only bets the top league. I think that's legit. And a good point, Mug. Good point. I'm not going to hold anybody on that a little bit, but I mean, the anticipation is certainly there, and people can throw out those props a little bit. But, I'm not going to be giving out too many props except for the biggest games, I feel like, at least on the show. You know that. I know you're talking about everybody else. Okay, that's it for that game here. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're rolling the over, of course. We're rolling over until we're stopped going over. All right, next up here, the Red Sox taking on the Rays with Bello going up here against Zach Littell in this one. And widely reported steam did come in on the over here. In fact, I think right now just 7.5 over here currently. Wow. Okay. Is that the way we're going to have this one go? These guys are going to come out. A guy like Bello with a 4.6 ERA going to come out here and throw pretty solid here, backed by that bullpen that also has a 4.5 ERA. Well, I guess so. The thing is, Bello, he's been a moneymaker, certainly. Red Sox are 14-7 with him on the mound, or he's 14-7. They're 19-9 with him on the mound. They have gone over in 16 of 25 decisions. And for Littell, here a 3.73 ERA coming into this one. And the Rays, I think the Rays will have a better bullpen here today, given what we saw yesterday. I tried Tampa yesterday and didn't get it done. So can I come back here on them today? I don't know. I think I want to go over here in this game. I know that still hanging at 7.5, man. I'm okay with this. I'm taking over as my play here on the show. Like I said, Bello's been an over here. All right, let's see what else we got. What have we got on this game? Maybe Luis is on the under. And let's see here. Justin has a prop here for us. And he'll want to say hello to Keith, part of the team here at Sports Money. Thank you, Keith. Have a great weekend as well. I know you're going to have some great fun there. I think he says going up to Delaware Park this weekend. Big stakes race there, I think. Great. And also some content. You can catch Keith on a couple of channels. There's Fernando on the over. Art Tumps is on the under. All right, you guys calm down in the chat then a little bit. We talk sports and sports money. All right. And hello to Ray Otachi. All right, give me here on the over Red Sox and Rays. Next up, Phillies and Mets. Here, big one here, big time for the Mets today. I've shown handicappers overwhelmingly already on the Mets here, and maybe I'll lay it as well. Right now they're $1.30, maybe even $1.40 at the square books right now. Bovada's up to $1.40, so still might want to do it. I mean, Walker, for everything that's gone right for Philly, Walker is probably not one of them, and is the weakest link here certainly. But again, he's just filling this role here. He's got 6.29 ERA this season, and the Phillies are 4-10 with Walker on the mound. He's gone over in 8 of his 12 starts here in this one. I figure this one might be a bit of a tougher game here today, going up against the Mets and Severino, a 3.77 ERA overall and a 10-6 record coming into this one. So, all right, let's take a look here. And just let me know here what to do with you guys. I'm having trouble reading the picks the way you guys are going. I don't want to have to just skip the picks. So if you guys could just focus on the picks a little bit, that would help me out. And I think we got the picks here. I'm trying to just keep it together. Here we go with Luis on the Mets. Justin's got a prop here. He's got a team total over in this one. Art Thompson is on the Mets. And here is Tariq. Oh, he's on an older game there. Jerry says Walker's been costly here in this one. Fernando's going to lead to the under. Jeff says the Mets need it more. Of course, we know they're sitting 2 games ahead of the Braves. And Phillies in their own driver's seat at this point. About ready to wrap it up here. Tom says, give me the Mets. Joe's on the Phillies, and Lando's on the Mets. Tariq is on the Mets as well. Mets are heavy here. Feels like it's going to be a consensus. I think, like I said, Thomas is driving, so we might not have all the consensus here. I almost could make the call, but I see a few Phillies in there. I'm more reluctant to make the call maybe than you guys. So, all right. I'm going to take the over in this one with the Phillies and the Mets today. Give me the over here. I know the Sharps prefer the under for sure, and they're usually pretty solid in a game like this, but I'll try the over as my play with these 2 starters going, especially Walker here and his 318 BABIP coming in. So, okay, let's go next up here with the Pirates are going to go up against the Cardinals with Ortiz going up here against Fetty in this one. You got Cardinals here $1.30 or more right now. Bovada Bet Online's up to $1.38. Bovada $1.44. So a pretty significant move here. It does feel like to the Cardinals and Fetty. We took them yesterday, I believe. Let me take a look. We were on them here. That was a consensus winner here for the chat yesterday. I was on them. You guys were on them. Cappers were all over them yesterday for the Cardinals. I'm not sure I can get with it necessarily here today. Handicappers are kind of leaning to the under here, running about a 2-to-1 ratio on the under here in this one. But cappers look like they're relatively split on the side. Ortiz has gone under in 10 of his 13 starts this season. Both guys come in with a 3.45 earned run average overall. The totals have gone under in 9 of St. Louis's last 11 games here at home. Pittsburgh, this is bad news. As an underdog right now, Pittsburgh has lost 20 of their last 24 games when they are an underdog. So, well, maybe we could just take the Cardinals again. Let's take a look if there's any plays from you guys here in this one. There it is. Thomas said the other consensus here was the Mets. What was the other one? A football game? Okay. So I'll let's see here. Darren's on the Mets and Luis is on the Cards. And what did Fernando say? We did the Brewers some disrespect. Oh, maybe he was listening to the beginning of the game. We haven't got the Brewers game yet, Fernando. All I did was say I liked the way they partied together in the um, locker room with the lights and everything. Thought that was cool. I know you're teasing me. Okay. Tom says maybe cards or pass here, and I'll probably just take the cards as my play here on the show with Pittsburgh running pretty bad here, it feels like. And yeah, got the travel situation. Oh, we're talking about that other game. Okay, here's Darren, first 5 under. Hello to Kelly in here today. I think Kelly's saying under here with the Pirates and the Cards. And do I have the wrong lineup? Currently, it's 8. Yeah, it's mostly 8 everywhere. It's mostly 8 flat for sure, right? Good job, Kelly. Thank you. And Jerry says Cards and under here. And Jeff says Cards with the sweep. Tariq says Cards. And Cleveland. Thanks, Thomas. I know what he's saying there. I said, what was the other consensus? It was Cleveland Guardians. Yeah, okay, gotcha. I didn't mark it down. Thanks, Thomas. That's why you're here. Tariq is passing. And Kelly says St. Louis to win this one. I think that's what she's saying. I think 3-0 in the series, and this is a 4-game series. I think she's saying, 4-game series here. Irish King says, take him again. Just lay. You can even lay the run line here. Kelly says, bought it to a 8.5 and taking under. Right? Is that what that is? Okay, and I love it. Look, in baseball totals, people are going to scream till the day is long, and you got to pay those juicy prices, and I don't mean good juice, but I don't mind buying runs in baseball because, quite frankly, the total always seems to land, ironically, when the total's 8, it usually lands 7, 8, or 9 for the most part, right? The Ramon Scott rule of 7 and 9. So I'm always buying half a runs with totals. I mean, I'm buying them, but I'm putting them. If I'm going over an 8, right, I'm going to go over 7.5. I'm going to go over 8.5. I'm buying all those up here. If it's a strong play, if it's just some, quarter unit play or less, 1/10 of a unit here and there, right? I'm just firing away. I'm not buying anything. I'll take the lay the juice maybe. All right, I think that's it for that one. Thanks you guys in the chat. Diamondbacks, and here it is. The Brewers, the champs. The champs are here. The Brewers got it done last night. They were celebrating in the locker room last night following the win, and here they are going to take on the Diamondbacks in the first game of the series here. We did have the consensus play last night with the Brewers, or you guys did. I bet it because you guys told me. I said I would do it, and I did give out the over, which it didn't go over at all, but over was a pretty popular play with cappers yesterday, I'm pretty sure. All right, so you got Myers here going up against Fott in this one. Man, that Brewers bullpen, so impressive, aren't they? Really been part of the success here of them. Look, this is important still for the Diamondbacks. They are obviously in their own playoff situation here. Pretty comfortable right now with the 2-game lead over Atlanta as well. They're tied with the Mets. Hey, if anything, they're battling the Mets. So still an important game here. Could the Brewers have the hangover? That'll be the talking point today for everybody. And it's a real deal, I'm sure. Those guys weren't drinking apple cider in the locker room yesterday. And there could be a chance. But remember, the Brewers are still involved in a little bit of a battle here, certainly to earn a good spot. They are 2 games behind the Dodgers, 3 behind the Phillies, so they could still earn a better position here. They'd have to keep winning a little bit. And the Dodgers, hey, they've been terrible, so why not? But how will it affect them today in this one, coming back off the hangover from clinching it yesterday? Is it a big deal to you or not? Want to say hello to Skunt Blaster here today. Really appreciate it. Hope your kid feels better. Great to have you. And he's got Arsenal here. Double chance and Barcelona money line. A little action there from Skunt The Skunt Bag play of the day. Wow, I like that. Brew Crew here for Luis. He's ready to keep rolling with him. Justin says maybe it's a celebration though. Here's a Diamondbacks for Lando. He says first 5 and a home run for Carroll. And man, Carroll, wow, big performance there. Also, Diamondbacks here for Fernando in this one. I'm showing cappers on the Diamondbacks here by about a 60% here right now. And I'm going to roll. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks. I'll play the hangover angle a little bit. I'll show some disrespect to those Brewers. But do think they'll be fine and fun in the playoffs. Look, I think the Brewers, the bats, I know we're worried about the bats, but you know what? The bullpen's important when we get to the playoffs. The bullpen is super important, and I think we all can agree the Brewers have done a very nice job in the bullpen. R. Thompson's on the Brewers, Tom Leach on the Diamondbacks, and did he really? Hey, we all have been there, right? We all had a little bit too much after a big celebration. Maybe the over here, maybe a total in this one. Kelly there. Milwaukee -1 with a Fott not in good form, she says here right now. All right, I think we got some good comments there with that game. Milwaukee's had some troubles, if I'm not mistaken, with Arizona, so I'll look at the exact series history. Kelly says Milwaukee here. Jeff says they beat up on Fott last week. And, yep, look at those numbers. Bad numbers. Okay, I'll take Fott here to bounce back here against Myers in this one as my free play. But I do like those stats. Thank you guys. Nationals taking on the Cubs here with Patrick Corbin going up against Javier Assad in this one. And, well, I'm going to get a little chalky here. I think I'm already ready to go and take the Cubs here in this one. Washington continues to have some big-time struggles here, it feels like, of late. And feels like the Cubs, they're done. We know that. They're still technically alive, but their season's pretty much over. Javier Assad, though, that's my guy. I'll take Cubs here on the run line today to beat the Nationals in this one. We had I had the under yesterday here on the show. Team went with the Cubs. That cost us a little bit here. I rolled with you guys on that one. No big deal. I was looking for a play. I just took the total in that one. And let's see what you guys have here, if anything, on this one. You got Corbin here coming in with that 5.45 ERA. It's always Patrick Corbin day. They're 11-19 with Corbin on the mound. Assad a 3.27 ERA. He's been solid this season for sure. I think he proved himself throughout the year. Here, all right, here we go. Art Thompson's on the Nationals. Luis is on the Cubs. And Kelly says, take that under. And Jeff says, give me the under first 5 in this one. He views Corbin Day as a good thing. And, I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. Let's see what else here. What's the Nationals money line, says Thomas. Do I not have it there? Plus $1.50 or so. Let me see if it's moved, actually. That might be down to $1.40 at the Sharp book. So actually $1.50 here at Circa. So if anything, the Sharp books are kind of moving on the Nationals, and maybe they're hanging on to the Cubs here at the Sharp books, the square books on the Nationals a little bit. And Jerry says Corbin's had good outings. He's had bad outings, but he's had good, better outings too. Non-bad outings, I think is what he's saying. Tom Leach did go with the under, and does feel like it a little bit, right? Maybe just too little, too late. So here's a text coming in. Let me see. My friends don't know, I guess, that I do a show 7 days a week, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Ramon, hi, I need to talk to you about something. Are you free now? I'm right here. You can come in my chat. and talk to me. Maybe you don't know. I share this on my own private Facebook page. Maybe you're not really a friend. You guys are my friends. I got 125 of in here right now, and one friend who actually has my phone number that doesn't know that I'm on a show 2 hours a day. All right. Billy Mack is here. He's ready to go. I'm almost ready. We're ready to go. We're going to go. We better go Champions League before the WNBA. It feels like we got more people who are interested, it feels like, in Champions League than the WNBA. So I think we got one more baseball, right? Did I give my play? Yeah, I'm on the Cubs here, run line. All right. Angels and Astros here. I'm going to lay another square run line here with the Astros. I know this is a big price. I know that. But I'm still going to do it here in this one on the show, at least as my free play. And yeah, you know what? On my free plays, those are sometimes what I'm talking about, right? Maybe we're not playing $1 on those on the free plays, but we got to back them. We're putting our money down at least, and we're giving out a play a game. So I'm going to put my money in there, but it won't be too heavy here. $1.35 on the run line here for the Astros. They're up to $3 at Bovada right now with Kikuchi going up against Suarez here in this one. Suarez made that one start so far, right? He's been a reliever all year. He's got a ERA of 6.8 this season. Kikuchi, 4.29 ERA. Hey, hasn't been great. We know that, but I'm going to try him here to win this one against Halos as they start to wind down the season and everything. I think I'm willing to take a chance here on the Astros. They still have, obviously, big-time motivation here in their battle for their playoff position. They're comfortable ahead of the Mariners, of course, currently by 5 games, but still got to keep it going here for the Astros. They are looking good, no doubt. So watch out, right? I think the funny thing about it, you look at the records of all the teams, right? The Astros have the worst record, right, of all the division winners, but they're ahead of some of them in the odds to win the World Series. So that might not be considered value, right? Hey, there's some steam coming on the Cincinnati Reds right now, going up against Sale. Remember, I recommended the Reds. I know a lot of you on Sale there, but I'm just reporting the news here. Sale is down to $1.98 at Bet Online right now. So a little bit of action here coming in. I think, what we have are the lineups that have just come out. So let's see what we got here with the sitting out. Maybe this is the news here. Players possibly sitting out in this one. No, I don't know. Benson's sitting out this. He's questionable. I think. Here's the lineups right now. All right, let's see. And Justin can help us out if I miss a guy or might not be able to get him up here quickly enough. I don't want to stall the show. We got to get to the Braves. Harris, Soler, Osuna, Olson, Laureano, Darno, Merrifield, Ursula, and Arcia. Okay. Reds, India, Ellie, Steer, and France, Espinal, Marte, Rosario, Dunn, and Molly. All right. All right, that'll do it. I'm on the Astros in that game against the Angels. Did you guys make a play? We get the comments here. Sure, it'll be the Astros. I just don't know if it'll be Here's Luis on the Astros. And Jerry says Astros here, it looks like. And Kelly talking about that, the last series here for the two teams, I think. Thomas on the Astros run line. Lando's got a little parfait. I love a little parfait. But you know what? I don't like the pie crust at the bottom. I just would like the chocolate and the whip or whatever that is. Okay. Altuve for a prop here. Tariq Astros on the run line. Kikuchi to have a strong outing. Tom says it's all over for the Angels. Oh. What was the show with Michael Landon played the Angel, and he'd go around. I don't know how sometimes I get off on watching something crazy on TV, and I don't know how I end up watching this show. Heaven can wait. Heaven on Earth. What was that show? It wasn't that great. All right. Michael Landon played an angel. Touched by Highway to Heaven. Thomas wins. Highway to Heaven. Kelly did have another show in there, but it was Highway to Heaven. Thomas and I are not only are Thomas and I, he adopted me, as I said, but Thomas and I are going to be sitting there in our rockers watching old shows from the 80s and 70s. Okay. And I'll also be joined by Jerry Davis watching the famous movie Heaven Can Wait, when the Rams, remember Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty? Was it Warren Beatty? And the quarterback got killed and he comes back to life. All right. And yes, and Michael Landon on Little House of the Prairie. Okay, let's go to the Champions League, you guys. This is getting crazy. All right. Benfica, we already somebody just mentioned Red Star, so here we go. Benfica and Red Star here in this one. I'm not sure. I might be willing to take. I'm going to take the over here as my play in this one. Maybe I'm going to take Benfica here as a premium. I think I like the card here today, so we'll see. Benfica is going to be laying it here. We also had the lineups come out: San Francisco and Baltimore. Let's see if we're missing anybody here real quick, but we got to get on some of this soccer. Here, Benfica -0.5, maybe -$1.10 here in this one. Total 2.5 over at -235. I think 2-1. I mean, I know we flopped yesterday on an exact score line, but I'm thinking 2-1 here for Benfica in this one coming in. And let's see what you guys have. I think Red Star, they certainly have put up some big totals here. They usually give up some goals too. So Red Star, man, not good as a dog at all in Champions League. Okay, let's see if you got anything here. And Subhuman says take it here with Red Star at home. Okay, so let me just back off here maybe a little bit, and I'm going to end up taking the over. Joseph Alvarado's on the over. Luis is on Benfica. And the sub says the line movement has been to Benfica here. But still, it's been relatively close, right? I'm still showing on the three-way. Never got higher than $1.20. And in a lot of spots, it's lower than that right now. So Fernando here says, who's Red Star? He's doing it like Connor. So, all right. And there it is, Subhuman talking about, a lot of their league play here is meeting a good Benfica team, obviously off to a pretty good start, it feels like as well. So, okay, thanks you guys for that one. And Fernando liking Benfica here as well. And I want to mention the college football steam play right now while we're talking, just to keep the flow going, but also talk a little college football. I'm showing Kent State and Penn State. Right now, the total is being steamed to the under. It was 56.5, but we're seeing steam right now come in this morning with the under. Kent State and Penn State. It's a one-sided game, so you know how it's going to go. Sounds like maybe it's going to be a shutout. Everybody wants to talk about Franklin, loves to cover the spread and all that. Might be, just a storyline to a certain extent, but all right, one more here is Tom on Benfica. So, all right, Sub's going to be on an island here, it looks like. But I'll take the over. I won't play sides here. Give me the over as my play. I'm going to go maybe 2-1, whoever. But hit me up over at the Winnable app for my plays today. Okay, Leverkusen going to be taking on Feyenoord here. And Leverkusen's going to be about a goal favorite in this one. And let's see what you guys want to say here in this one. Leverkusen, they have pretty strong defense too, and against a team like Feyenoord, 3 over 40, that seems a little bit lofty. Can Leverkusen get more than 2 goals here as a 1-goal favorite? Because if they did, what are you going to say? 3-1 get you home with Leverkusen. 2-1's a push on both. And I'm showing handicappers right now. About 3/4 of the cappers that I survey that I see are on Leverkusen here in this one. So I don't know. I would think Feyenoord may have trouble getting a goal here in this one. See what you guys have with this one, if any. And here, Sub says going to favor Leverkusen with Wirtz to score a point here in this one. But Leverkusen so far this season giving up some goals. Check the live betting. Tariq here going BTTS in this one. And often when favored, Leverkusen does get BTTS win favored. They do give up a goal here and there on those, yes. Fernando says Leverkusen to roll. Luis has Leverkusen as well. And maybe Sub says it could get to over there. Oh, boy. I just thought the price at 3.5 over 40, I got to take it under. I'm just playing the price here, it feels like. I'll take plus money and hope it does get to 2 goals here and just stays there, maybe 2-0 or so. Luis has got a BTTS. And Jeff is on Leverkusen. Billy Mack says that it'll be a shutout. That's what I think I'm looking at, 2-0 here maybe for me. I'll take the under as my play here on the show, but probably going to be trying to give this one out. All right, next up. Welcome to the champ. One of these two teams is going to. Well, they might not leave with one or both of these teams is going to leave with a point in the Champions League when Sturm Graz plays Brest here in France in this one, and you got Brest here, half a goal favorite tonight against Sturm Graz. So welcome to the Champions League for these two. I may be feeling a little bit shaky here. I don't know where to go necessarily here in this one. So maybe we can get some help from the chat and see what we're going to do with these two teams. I certainly pay more attention to Brest than I do to Sturm Graz. So I'm probably just going to end up on the over at 2.5 as a free play. I'm not too thrilled about this one, but I know Sturm Graz has been putting up some goals in their league play here of late. I know Brest has been struggling, I believe, a little bit here out the gate. So if you guys got anything here, I don't know if you guys have much in this one. Thomas has given us the baseball. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you. Talking Guardians money line, Mets money line, Cardinals money line, and Cubs on the run line. Billy Mack here got a BTTS or pass, and Sturm Graz has definitely been in some games here of late where both teams are scoring. Fernando's on a BTTS, Luis is on a BTTS, so I guess that gets me on the over here, gives me a little bit of confidence here. Fernando's got it obviously 1-1, or he's got it 1-1. He's easily got it 1-1. He says I can see a BTTS and maybe an under. That's 1-1 when you got a 2.5. So how about exact score line? Thomas goes under though here in this one, going against me there. All right. I didn't have too much, I don't think, on that one, and I'll just take over. I don't know if I can go premium here unless I see some break here. Oh, that's awesome. That is very interesting here, Tom, that you're going under, and Brest is one of your teams, if not your main team here. That's very interesting. Now I'm stuck with an over, but I'll roll with it. But I do like that very much, that you follow that team closely, so that play to me gets stronger for sure. All right, Leipzig is going to take on Madrid here, and for Atletico Madrid, heavy handicapper action here, it feels like, in this one. And I don't know, why not? I would think Madrid can get Leipzig here and maybe even get more than 2 goals, it feels like to me. So laying a half a goal, that feels pretty comfortable, but I'll probably take over as my play here on the show. with these two. Let's see what you got. And Madrid, we've seen them in some high-scoring Champions League games here, certainly. And let's see here. I think I could have been talking about either game here at this point. Madrid at home in Champions League play. They're pretty strong. We know that, but Leipzig can counter here. So I don't know. It could get to 2-1. I've got it. I've got to have it at 2-1 for sure, and maybe even 3-1 for me. So that's the way I'm heading. I'm going to go with the over as my play here. And Jeff, I think Jeff's doing his impersonation of Clay Travis there. All right, Luis is on a draw. And I think that's it for Leipzig and Madrid. Tom maybe says could be a draw. If it's a draw, I'm going to need it 2-2. I think in this one, I'm going to take the over here. And maybe it could. I mean, Madrid, we know they can score at home. We know they give it up. Tom says, though, maybe 0-0. Woo, woo. And we saw yesterday, right, compared to day one, far less goals there yesterday, right? Pretty sure about that. What did we do on those totals? We had a draw on the Salzburg game. We know Shakhtar and Bologna. Oh, that one was scoreless. That one finished scoreless, right, yesterday? So what else? What about the Inter game? Was 0-0, of course. I gave out the over on the show, but again, now looking back on it, right, and with Manchester City, we know we got issues, and Girona, when Girona and PSG was only 1-0 as well. So we got to get these right. All right, here we go. Yeah, Man City didn't score. And I think Subhuman says he does like Madrid, Atletico Madrid in this one. All right. Barcelona taking on AS Monaco here. Barcelona going to be a favorite in this one. And I think they're a team certainly to look at in this game. But maybe we'll see some goals here for Barcelona today. 3 over 40. That's a pretty high number. So I probably couldn't give it out on the show necessarily. And maybe it's even 3.25 at a lot of places. But, man, you got to think so far. All these goals Barcelona's scoring to start the season, they got to probably have to keep it going. Monaco's been looking okay here, too. Been looking good so far the start of the League One season, but probably just too much here for Barcelona here, even if I think they are. I didn't look at the injury report. I thought they have one key player out, but they should get it here. I'm going to take over on the show. I think they'll get 2-1 or 3-0 for sure, it feels like to me. So I'll take a chance that maybe they can get into position to get a fourth goal from one of the two teams, whether it's 3-0 or 2-1 at the time. That'll be seen. But Barcelona, they known to give a few up here and there for sure, even especially on the road a little bit. Monaco at home in Champions League, they have struggled. So let me see, what is it? They've lost 7 straight. Is that right? 7 straight home Champions League matches. I'm gonna have to check that out here. Let's see what you got. Barcelona and Monaco. And Bill says Barcelona's rolling. Skunt says, give me Barcelona and Arsenal. Double chance parlay here, it looks like. Yamal to get a point. Here's Luis on the over and Tom Leach. What does the soccer match in my social life have in common? No scoring. Here's an ATG for Lewandowski. All right. I'll take the over in this one. I'm going to go for goals here. I've got goals all over the place, it looks like here. Whoa. Not good after what happened yesterday. And Arsenal is going to take on Atalanta. You guys already had some big-time comments, it looked like, here in this one. So let's see what you can do here with Arsenal. That was a great win, of course, against Tottenham there on Sunday in the London Derby. Rice is going to be back after his suspension here, so I want to take Arsenal, it feels like to me. Atalanta has given up some big-time goals. I know there's some of you supporting Atalanta here, and I get it, but I don't think I've bet on Atalanta in 3 consecutive games since the pandemic. So probably going to roll here with Arsenal to get a win in this one. Odegaard is going to be out in this game, I think, right now, but certainly here I would think they could get it done. Hey, a little bit of WNBA steam. We're going to get to the WNBA right now, but Minnesota is getting steamed right now at -4 against the Sparks. Steam move here on the Lynx. They're locked into number 2, but they are getting steamed right now against LA, and we'll get over to you right now. I've got Arsenal here as my play on the show. All right. Maybe a couple more for you here. Let's see. Skunt does like the under. Yamal to record an assist. And here's Billy. He likes to beat TTS and over in the Arsenal game. And Fernando says maybe it'll be a draw at halftime. All right. All right, let's keep it rolling here now. Go to the WNBA. We got to get this show over with and off the air here in just a couple of minutes. So let's roll through 6 games quickly here. Mostly, I don't think I can do a big money card tonight necessarily with a lot of the situations already. This is the last night of the season. But I do know that the Connecticut Sun, they do, they kind of have a little bit to play for here still, right, if you think about it. Right now, Connecticut in 3rd place. They are jostling here and have to stay ahead of the Aces. Now, they're a big favorite here, no doubt. So they'll probably clinch it. All they got to do is beat the Sky. And the Sky, look at the injury. We know already for the Sky all their problems, right? Not only on the court, but in the locker room, whatever's going on with this team. But now, today, Kennedy Carter's questionable. Cardoso is doubtful in this one. We know DeShields has been out. Reese has been out. Big time issues here for Chicago right now. So, look, maybe you think over here. I'm going to take the under because I'm thinking, what if they do blow them out and it's like 80-60? That's legit. 80-60. Even, 85-65 is an under, and that's a blowout. So the Sky really have been terrible in a lot of these games here of late. I'm going to go under here, 154 with the Sky and the Sun. So far, I've only seen handicappers going over, but the Sky are in bad shape in this game. They're going to be now. Maybe Connecticut will just do what we're thinking. They've just got to win this game, but I think they'll be focused to win the game. We saw Chicago put a little bit of heat on late in the last game. They still lost by, 17 or 18 points. So give me the under here with Chicago and Connecticut in the final game of the season. Our Tom says take the Sun. Billy says it's going to be a tough night to get any good bets off, it feels like. I'm going to have a couple premiums here, but again, probably just involving teams that the game means something a little bit. Fever will take on the Mystics. Got another situation here. Indiana is they're in 6th place. There's nothing they can do right now here in this one. Washington does have players missing. Indiana reportedly will be at full strength, but what will they do necessarily here with this situation? The Mystics are obviously in a pressure cooker here. They have to win. They're playing a good team. Look, the thing is, they're against Indiana. They are a favorite here now because Indiana has really no motivation in the game. Washington has every motivation right now. Of course, they need Atlanta to lose, and they're in a tough game we'll talk about in just a moment. And Chicago, they're tied with Washington, but they're 13-point underdogs. So it's really Washington and Atlanta. How are these 2 games going to play out? Washington is the favorite here right now by 2 points here in this one, and the widely reported steam did come in on the under. I'm going on the under here. Even, we know Indiana, can score. Maybe they won't even play any defense. I expect Washington to play defense here. Washington needs to win this game to make the playoffs, and they need Atlanta to lose in a game that they're going to be on the road at the number one Liberty, and the Liberty are locked into number one. And what are they going to do? So they will be watching here the scoreboard a little bit. Those games are at the same time. So Washington will have that motivation here. I'm going to take the under 165. That's actually already up to 166. This is even with the widely reported steam on the under, but it's moving higher here right now. Just ignoring what the Sharps did, I guess. I'm going to take the under with Indiana and Washington here in this one. Our Tops will take the Fever. Dream and Liberty. Liberty here have wrapped up the number one position. So how will they approach this game here in this one? Let me take a look here if I can. Whoop. All right, here we go. With the Dream and the Liberty, the latest Aerial Power. She's out with an injury here. New York has a completely clear injury report, it looks like to me. They're now currently a pick'em in this one. Atlanta has all that motivation. The Liberty could play half their crew and then, rest the rest of the game with no problem. I'm sure they'd like to end the season here on a high note and get the win, but don't necessarily need to. You don't want to get anybody hurt. So will they do it? I don't know. I'm going to try the Dream here. You got to call it a pick'em right now. Liberty is great, but it does feel like they are. You talk about the teams, they're going to, they might start the players, last home game of the regular season, get the introductions, let them go out there, play another half, but get the other team in there. Atlanta's probably going to be coming like a freight train in the second half, I would imagine. So keep your live betting ready. I would think that's exactly what's going to happen. I'll take Atlanta to overcome them here in this one. The total right now at 158 or so. Give me the Dream to win on the road against the Liberty. All right. Our Tom's on the Dream. Me and our Tom's betting WNBA here. Next up, okay, we just saw the Lynx get pressured here up to 4.5 or so, even 5 here at this point. Nafisa Collier, I believe she's out. What, did they change their mind or something? Why is this game seeing this move right now? We've also seen it up to 158.5. Now, it does seem like we're going to have one game where, maybe those defenses, we saw the widely reported steam come in on the over here in this one. Collier is definitely out of this game. Uhas is questionable. McBride is out as well for Minnesota. Maybe they just feel like the Sharps must feel like Minnesota is just all that much better. And the Sparks do have players out. Ari McDonald's going to be out. Clarendon has been out. All these players have been out. Hey, here comes a little bit of steam right now in the game we just talked about. The Dream and the Liberty here. The total is moving under big time here at this point. It's all the way down to 156.5 and falling right now. Steam is coming in under with the Dream and the Liberty in this one. And boy, I might be, we'll see, but interesting move here, right? We don't know anything yet. Could New York change their plans and release some information here? I do have the X machine on, but I can't scroll through it right now, and it is still early, but could we be seeing some leaks or some information that yes, they'll rest players from the beginning of the game, possibly? Steam to the under, Atlanta and New York. All right, with the Sparks and the Lynx here, I will take the over as my play in this one. I'm going to just tail that steam all the way up here to 158.5. I think this is the one where we'll see Lynx still got pretty good quality players despite missing those other players here. And maybe this is the one where we'll see a lack of defense. All right. Storm and Mercury, these two teams are locked into their position, no matter how you look at it. The Storm here are favored by 1.5. The total's up to 162 on some widely reported steam. And, well, gosh, I mean, I probably could buck that trend a little bit. I know 162 is high, but Seattle here, they're missing Jewel Lloyd, it looks like, in this one. Looks like she'll miss the game. Kalia Copper going to be out, or she's questionable. So Lloyd also questionable. Magbagor is definitely out of this game for Seattle with concussion symptoms. So Osborne out here for Phoenix. So I'm just going to grab Phoenix as my play to win this one over the Storm. Just, home court, not too, like I said, no motivation here. Seattle's 5th. Phoenix is 7th. There's nothing they can do about it. These two teams are going to be locked into these positions here in the postseason. Even though Phoenix could finish with the same record as Indiana, Indiana holds that 6th spot no matter what. So no motivation here. Widely reported steam came on the over. I think Griner, no suspension there, right, from that incident the other night. So, all right, one more here with the Wings and the Aces. And we know the Aces have already pronounced that they are going to be sitting almost all their players here in this one. This one would have been much higher on the total, for example. Right now, the Wings are favored by 2 or 2.5. I'm going to take the Wings to win this one. They don't have any motivation either. They're not going. They're finished 11th, but the Aces here resting all their players. You look up and down their injury report in this one. Plum is doubtful. Wilson is doubtful. Gray is doubtful. Young is doubtful as well. Kristen Bell, she is questionable. For Dallas, McCowan is out. She is suspended for this game. And I'll still take the Wings here to win over the Aces. These are the ones the Aces kind of were having trouble with, and if they're going to not play any players tonight here, I would imagine this game is going to be, even though Dallas goes over, I would imagine the Aces is going to have a problem scoring points. They're not going to be able to get into the 80s here with this lineup, and I would imagine this one's probably going to be over. No matter what the Steam did to take it higher here, probably going to be a premium on the under because they really, I mean, I know Dallas is a big time over, and sure the Aces are too, I guess, but probably not tonight. Kind of against a little bit what Chad was saying. I know Chad's a great WNBA handicapper, but I think there is a bit of a downgrade on some of the players. Maybe not all of them. Obviously, I have possibly a couple on overs, including that LA game. So, okay, that's it for the WNBA, and I think that's it for the show. Some steam just came in on the Wyoming Cowboys again in their game this weekend, +9. They're taking Wyoming here this morning as a play here right now against North Texas. North Texas was as high as 10, and we're all the way seeing down to 7.5 at the two largest offshore books right now, down to 7.5. You have DraftKings at 8, Circa with 8 right now. That's going to do it for the morning steam. And you guys, I think I even forgot a game yesterday after we were trying to. I think I forgot one of the Champions League games, but all right, Fernando's going to go under. He says he doesn't even watch the WNBA, but he thinks under if they're resting players. That's good enough for me, Fernando. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here. Appreciate you. Great turnout here on the show today. We'll be back tomorrow with more action from Major League Baseball and some college football and more. So check me out over at Winnable. Click the QR code in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you right to the site. And if you get over there, today's that iPhone. And, man, these woo, we're rich. What a day. I can maybe buy that iPhone. All right, let's take a look, though. If you follow me over there at Winnable right now, you can get my premium picks for today, including some of this early baseball action. When you go over there, you'll get right to my page. If you click on that QR code or click on that Winnable/Ramon there, and it'll take you right to my page. You can pay for it with Apple Pay or some other options as well. And you could just, if everybody got out their iPhone, maybe, and they were friends of mine, I could just yell here and say, "Hey Siri, send Ramon $100," and maybe it would. But you can subscribe to my plays over there for a weekly or monthly. Why not grab the monthly here for just $20 and get a ton of plays from me? Or also subscribe to my free plays, where on the late tennis action here, let's see what we did for the day. Uh, 8-6, but we did go 5-1 on the late tennis action on the free service. So just check me out there over at Winnable. It shows you how to do it, shows you how to subscribe, shows you how to get your notifications, and you'll get more content from me. I'm going to be here every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, giving you free plays with the chat all-stars. But to get more content and picks from me, follow me over at Winnable and use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off those packages here. So do appreciate all your support from those subscribers. Man, I didn't know we'd get so many after just a couple of weeks. 2 weeks here on the show, and got a lot of people following us. You know how many people are following. When you look at some of those plays and some of the things, and you get 100 views on them already on some of them. So it really shows me the support there. Again, you don't have to play all these plays. I'm sending out high volume, but just have it in your hand. That way, when you're ready to make a play, maybe you don't know, maybe you're torn. What would Ramon do? WWRD, and you'll have my plays in your hand. High volume play. You can play them all. You can play them none. You can play a few of them. Just see what I have, know what I have here at the Winnable app. All right, that's going to do it for the morning steam. Don't forget, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, it's pre-gaming with Mikey M. He'll bring you all of his top plays for the primetime action tonight, including Thursday night football, pro and college, also Major League Baseball, and I'm sure he'll have a little WNBA in there and more. So check out pre-gaming with Mikey here on the Sports Money Network. For Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.